Hello everyone, Nina here with Waffle Flower. I'm going to share a couple ideas I have for the Sneak Peek Club Kit number 2. I'm going to use a couple of the stencils from the Spotlight stencil collection we have. The idea is to create a spotlight effect to help bring attention to a focal point. You can also use any shape dies you may already have to create this look. If you like this technique, the stencils are handy to have. My favorite is the Spotlight Circle. All the Spotlight stencils have guidelines etched on them. The lines are a quarter-inch apart to help line up the designs quickly. My cardstock is smaller than my stencil, so I taped it to the back of the stencil. I'm using a blue and a yellow distress ink to blend. Unlike the distress oxide inks, the original distress ink tend to get darker and where the colors meet, no matter what the original colors are. It works great for this background I'm trying to create for my dog silhouette. I played with a few different shapes and also tried blending in the ink on the dogs themselves, but ended up choosing a white silhouette for the background. I cut out all the bonus sentiments off screen with my sub-sentiments die, but I want to show you how to customize even more. Using the corner of a square punch, I was able to quickly create a banner from the sentiment strips. I blended in the same two ink colors as my background on the sentiment strip. You can easily swap out the colors to be pinks and purples, anything you like. I can't find a cardstock that matches the color of the blue I used, so I blended in the ink on a panel slightly smaller than A2 in blue. Then use a piece of yellow vellum to help tie all the colors together. And my panel, and my dog, and the sentiment and last. I used a T-ruler to help me add the sentiment straight on the card. And here's my finished card. I made another card earlier using the same technique, but layered the paw print stencil on top for change, and I combined the sentiment strips to make my greeting. If you're making a birthday card, you can easily use Have a, Possum, and Birthday for this layout. I will go over how I created the background quickly in this video. Start with a piece of pink cardstock. It's a piece of letter-sized paper trimmed in half. I like to have my cardstock bigger than my stencil. You can use scissors to snip off the connection tabs on these stencils, but I found it easy just to pop it off. Usually, I would tape the stencil to my paper after I lined it up, but I actually like the position where the bottom of the stencil lines up with my cardstock, so I'm going to use the corner and raised edges of my stencil mat to help hold the stencil in place. If you want the heart to stand out even more off the background, you could put the mask on with some removable adhesive before stenciling the rest of the background, but I wanted a more subtle look, so I left the mask off and just stenciled in the paw prints all over the background. I started with a layer that has all the full paw print prints. Yes, I'm going for a tone-on-tone look with a pop of glitter, and I'm using the shadow layer of the paw prints to do that. It should be very easy to line up the two layers, but since I used the pink ink over pink paper, I ended up cutting out the panel first. Take my paper to the stencil and add some glitter paste. Isn't it fun? Sorry, I forgot to turn my camera back on after washing the glitter paste. I cut 3 dogs from black cardstock and added the sentiment strips and make them look like they're coming out from the dogs. Did you notice the bonus sentiment piece this time is different? The last kit had a bonus sentiment in white letters on a black base, but this time we have black letters on a white base. Join our Facebook poll to let us know which style you prefer. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again soon.